TikTok. For you guys on YouTube, I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok right now. I normally have my podcast today, but I don't know what else to do. It's driving me insane and I can't figure it out. I'm pretty techno savvy. I went and backed it out, re-downloaded it, hit the microphones, and it still re-downloaded microphones and it still won't play for TikTok. And I have a $2,000 iPad. I'm not kidding. $2,400 one, and I'm on my cheap phone. Yeah, go figure. I kind of wonder if it isn't something to do with my my mics, but it shouldn't. It should. I've been doing this on both of you guys for quite a while. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys, and I'm really sorry, TikTokers, because that just blows my mind. I'm at a point I might have to take it in and see. I'm missing something. There's some type of I have something turned off, something on my account, and I cannot figure it out. It's okay on my phone, but not on my iPad. My iPad is just such a much, much better picture and everything. I mean, for as much as I paid. So I just wanted to tell you guys, am I doing readings? A little. I might be doing one, but I'm going to be talking a little bit too. You know, one, I want to talk to you guys a little bit. People on my YouTube, people on my, okay. If you haven't joined my TikTok, YouTube, join my TikTok. And TikTok, if you haven't joined my YouTube, join my YouTube. Okay. I am talking to you about being careful. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of these people that are spouting like they're experts on things like now I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not. But I've paid my dues. I've done this for 25 years. And there's people on there and there's a lot of people on TikTok that just spout information that don't have a clue what they're doing. I have caught, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not. And I can see if it's a viewpoint issue, but when they don't even understand their vocabulary and what they are. And I've also caught a lot of people on TikTok making, they don't know, they're just making stuff up. I'm sorry, but, well, did you know that, blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, that's not true. And I know you just kind of piece through it, but at the same point, I feel like it's giving all of us some of us who really do this for a living, a bad reputation. And I had somebody on here, and I'm going to call them out because I don't know who they were, but they were like, well, I'm going to go live together with somebody. Okay. Hey, how are you guys?
Hi, we're great. How are you?
How are you? Where are you from?
China.
China. Awesome. You speak English?
Let's
Pretty good. Yes. You do know that I'm a psychic and a medium, right?
What?
Do you know what a medium is? I'm a psychic.
Oh, I get it.
Psychic, I do read. Look. Cards. I'm a psychic. Do you understand?
Oh, I get it.
I'm just talking to everybody. I sometimes will let you guys just come in, and I don't care. You can come in and watch and talk to me. Because it's good to talk to people from other places. What do you do?
I'm a teacher and she is sales.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on here. I'm trying to figure out, I've got two different things going on, but what I was going to talk to you guys about today was,
Hello, Johnny.
there, you guys got it? Okay.
Hello, lunch. What lunch?
There. Okay. Hold on here. So do you understand what I'm talking about being careful on here, where people do not know what they're doing? On TikTok, I'm going to call out TikTok. And there's some on YouTube, but it's not as bad on YouTube. But there are people on here that have no idea what they're doing. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to call them out. Because I've been doing this 25 years. I've paid my dues. Trust me, I'm well educated. I have 2 master's degrees. I'm also a certified hypnotist, a certified Reiki practitioner, a certified life coach. I do this. I take my job and what I do very, very seriously. Okay, you guys. And Yeah, you can hear me now. You know why? Because people can't hear me on my TikTok right now. I had to go live on, but I know YouTube can hear me. I know you can. Hi guys on my YouTube. All right, so that way I hear. Wait, I'm gonna. Hi guys. Oh, hi Ida. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you in China. Do you celebrate Christmas? It looks like you do. It looks like you have a tree in the background. Yes.
No, we in China we don't celebrate Christmas, but we just prepared a Christmas party for you guys.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, it's the day after now. So, but yeah, we kind of celebrate like the whole week, sorta. And then the New Year's coming. Do you celebrate the New Year with us, or do you celebrate your Chinese New Year?
We only celebrate
Chinese Year? Okay. That's okay. We're cool. Some people celebrate it here in the United States. I'm near Chicago, Illinois. Do you know where Chicago is? In Wisconsin. I live in the state of Wisconsin. Okay. I live in the state of Wisconsin. So I'm an hour and a half driving time outside of Chicago. So, okay. So I'm talking to someone in China. So, okay. But I am going to hold on. I'm going to back out of this. There. There we go. There we go. I went live again, you guys. I broke my con. Am I on Instagram as well? I am not right now on Instagram, but okay, so Ida, I know you're a follower. I've got followers on here and I'm starting to recognize people's names, things like that, which is cool. But I am in the process of really redoing everything. I just went and got, so Ida, if you know, I will not be online today with Metaphysical Meanderings for the next couple weeks because I'm preparing my prediction year. If you guys do not know me on my, on TikTok very well, I am a prediction person. I do my predictions, but I am warning everybody, please, I want everybody to be careful of all the information that's being thrown around, especially on TikTok, and these people don't know what they're doing. I'm not going to judge. I'm really not. But when they can't even use their vocabulary, what they are and what they do, and they don't even understand, they're like 18 years old. I know we're all in a different place when we're learning our skills and our abilities. Okay, I get that, completely get that. Okay. But I do want to tell you guys, you have to be careful who's out there. Anybody can pull a card, and where's the energy coming from also? Is it coming from a good place? Okay. And yes, I'm getting you guys ready so that will I be doing, you're hoping for a reading. Well, first of all, I don't give out a whole completely free stuff all the time. I give out so much free stuff. You visit my YouTube. I am downloading February's readings. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll pull you on. All right. And you can go live with me. But sometimes somebody says, I don't have a TikTok. That's okay. Because TikTok's really hot. But there's so much information going around. I saw somebody, and I'm telling you right now, and yes, I will let you guys do it. Maybe I will pick somebody for a reading. Just like a real quick one. So, because I'm trying to go on here every day. Now, they were telling them that I'm a clairvoyant and I'm not a medium. I'm a clairvoyant, but I can see ghosts. You don't even know what you're talking about. A person that can see ghosts is a medium, and a clairvoyant is somebody who sees the future in their third eye. That you don't even know your vocabulary and your spout, and there's so much disinformation and so many people on TikTok who, no offense, you can't keep doing the stuff for free. You have to do some type of energy exchange. You just can't keep giving out information and you free stuff all the time, hoping that you make $1 or $2. That's not what this is about. It's an energy exchange. If you can do, I've had people on my TikTok where if you do something nice for somebody and you make a promise that I would do a reading. But I have to make a living too. So, and here's my prices. I'm going to be honest with you. And you guys do realize that there are people on here that they want like $15 for one question, or I'm $35 for 15 minutes and you can ask like 15 questions, right? I mean, I do it on purpose. So I don't think that anybody can do a good job in under 15 minutes. Okay. All right. That's exactly what I feel. So, with what I'm saying is that be careful what kind of people what you're listening to, because there's also people that their energy is not coming from a positive place too. Okay, you have to and then they also don't understand that they're, hey guys, they also don't understand that you can let in negative energy and negative entities, like by playing with a couple of dowsing rods and stuff like that. People don't understand this is nothing you mess with. I'm trying to explain to people that, you know, they get these young kids, oh, well, I can read cards, I'm gonna pick a card, and they make stuff up, and it also gives us a bad reputation. Now, as a medium and a psychic, I also have a background with a double master's degree in psychology with a background in special education, autism. So I have lots of different stuff. I've worked very hard to get where I'm at. Don't say I'm perfect, because I'm not. But I find other people on TikTok, there are some very good people on TikTok. I'm not saying that. But I would say there's a lot of people that are spreading a lot of disinformation. Hi guys, good morning from Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin too. I'm in Beloit, Wisconsin. Okay. But like I said, you guys, please be careful who you guys are watching. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, hi guys. Please also visit Crisscross for me. If you've got a TikTok, YouTubers, go back to TikTok, go back to YouTube, back and forth. Because I do have TikTok, I have a TikTok, I have a Facebook, I have a YouTube, I have an Instagram. Well, my Instagram isn't really as much as I should be. But I got like 5, plus I have 216thenet.com, which is normally at about 11:30 today. I would be doing my podcast. I won't be doing it for 2 weeks. I'm preparing my predictions. And if we are going to look at my predictions I made from last year, and my podcast producer, and I have a professional podcast that's got 1 million live watchers. And I have a big board, and when things happen, my producer will erase it, and then we'll discuss it. So, and we're going to go over those, okay, for next year. Okay. Oh yeah, somebody says to me, yes, from jail. If you guys didn't know, on TikTok, I have a video posted where I went to the Waupun State Prison, and I have a friend that has a house, that owns a house across from it, and he's got an entity, and it's pretty bad. And I tape that. So I do stuff like that too. I clear houses. I'm a pet communicator. I do lots of different things because I've been working so hard to get to where I'm at. So somebody that comes on here and they don't know what they're doing, it's very frustrating for us that do. And I'm not saying that I'm any better. I'm not. Please don't think that, because I'm not like being full of myself. But to sit here and watch somebody and they don't even understand their own what they are, and they say, well, I'm this and I'm that, and no, that's not the vocabulary. And you're like, it's frustrating for us. So anyway, but follow me, you guys, because I'm also going to be, how do I get to the podcast website? Okay, for anybody that wants to know, www.onTicTok.com. I have 2 readings this morning. I make certain schedules for myself, and that way, and sometimes when you call me, and you will call me on my phone, I'll pick a phone up, and I shock people. But you picked the phone up, and I'm like, sometimes I do. Especially if I see it's a certain area code, and I know what area code it is. I get a lot of phone calls from California, Sacramento area. I get a lot of phone calls from New Jersey. I get a lot of phone calls from England, and a lot of stuff from India. So it's like, yeah. So anyway, but if you would like, Western New York, one of my good friends is in Western. Hey, they're near Albany. Are you near Albany? I bet you're near Albany. Okay. She's an hour outside of Albany. I think that's, her name's Dawn. She's been on my podcast. Also, if you guys are still interested in wanting me to feature you on my podcast, I want you to remember I have 1 million live watchers. Now, I charge a really small fee, a very small fee, but just so that way I can get you on, but I feature you and I back you. It doesn't bother me. I love, oh, good. Okay. Somebody said they were 2 hours from Albany. My friend Dawn is an hour from Albany, so she's right near you. so that you guys understand, like normally I'm on my podcast and I'm talking about something like important. I've been talking about spiritual awakenings, but I do want to say I'm going to be on Clatch. It's getclatch.com, and I'm going to be starting to post it on here. I'm teaching a class on managing your spiritual awakening. So, and if anybody that knows about my background, I am a master psychic. I am also a master teacher because I've taught for 30 years and I am listed as a master teacher for the state of Illinois. So you have to be verified. I know it sounds crazy, but anyway, so that I have credentials. There's so many people that are just pulling cards and I'm sorry, I worked hard for what credentials I do have. And I do take it seriously. I do have a background in psychology. So when you call me for a reading, I had somebody made the comment very recently that said, hey, you know what? You're like a therapist. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should have gotten my therapy. I do have a background in therapy. I probably should just finish the master's degree and become a therapist so that you guys understand. But I am preparing to work on my doctorate. So I'm working on my doctorate in theology, which will be having to do with what I'm doing. My dissertation is going to be on the care and the raising and education of psychic children. So that's my prediction. So I mean, I'd like to consider myself not your average person that's just pulling cards and talking out of their butt on TikTok, because I feel like a lot of them do. I am hoping that I don't offend anybody, but I just really feel this way because I sit there with my mouth hung open half the time. Because and there are good people. I follow I bet you there's about 8 or 10 people I follow because I think they're pretty good. So it's not like I'm not doing that. But just to let you know. So somebody is saying, okay. Yeah, there's so many, I know. Well, what happens is that I believe truly in my heart, and tell me if I'm not right, my YouTube followers. I have 9,100 followers. They crisscross on YouTube also. And they know me well because I've been on there for 2 years. And I really don't think that these people are considering. I think they're going to fall away. I think these people, I'm going to make me a quick buck. Here's a card. And they don't understand how hard this is to do. That you get tired, you get drained, you have to be careful. You get a lot of people that want to abuse you, especially when you start, they want to hit the gravy train. Now, anybody that knows me, like I said, I have 1 million live watchers on a podcast. And how do you know if somebody's legit? Okay, that very, very good question, Pisces. Very good question. Watch. Okay, watch for a while. That's why I invite you to be on my TikTok and my YouTube, because what's going to happen to these other people that they're coming on and watch them, listen to them. One, they'll never try to take you for a ride. I charge just because I have animals to feed, because I have rescue animals, but I don't charge a lot. I mean, what's a lot to you might not be a lot to somebody else, but I try to keep mine's 35 for 15 minutes, 65 for a half an hour, 90 for an hour, and $90 for a whole year astrology reading. So I don't consider that really super expensive. And also, if you watch me for a while, you're going to see my accuracy. Okay, and you guys know what I'm talking about on YouTube because most of you guys have been watching me for 2 years or more. So see, right now I'm on 2 screens right now. So, all right, I'm not saying there's so many people on here that are just, oh, good. Oh, you rescue puppies. Oh, good. I'm so happy. You'll have to, you know what? I'll tell you what. I just lost my internet. Hold on a second. I just lost my internet. I don't even know why. Sometimes it just makes no sense at all. I don't know. I actually, you know what? Here, I'm gonna go and pull up my house internet. Okay. Oh no. It just lost everything on TikTok. See what I'm saying? You guys use your phone or continue with Facebook. Why do I have to have an account and log back in? What happened? Why did it do that? I don't even know. Why would it? it should have my account automatically in here. Why should that? That was just weird. My username. What? Why did it do that? It shouldn't. My whole TikTok account just went down. It just didn't even recognize it's not even in here now. Wow. Continue with Facebook? I don't know. There it goes. Okay. That's just wild. That's just wild, isn't it? So I apologize, you guys. So like I said, you just need to be careful. And I am so sorry, you guys. I just had to, I live out in the country. You guys know, people that follow me know me. And I would like to stand behind my work. So I'm sorry that we're, you guys, I lost y'all. I'm sorry. On TikTok, I had like 50 people, 60 people watching. It's like, oh, no, I live out in the country. So if you guys know, I will occasionally lose my internet. And even though, they say, oh, that's great and blah, blah, blah. But I just lose my internet on occasion. Okay. So is it possible for a psychic to pick up on different outcomes? Yes. I've been told 2 different things in one day. How is that possible? Just want to learn. Oh, good question. Good question. You guys, this is Q&A, by the way. And yes, I will eventually answer a couple questions. Okay. So good question. I've got somebody that just asked me on my YouTube. Why can you get a different, when somebody lays a different, you can get different outcomes for the exact same question. One, you shouldn't ask the same question too many times. What happens is there's an overlay and then all of it starts getting jumbled. You ask one question one time and you leave it sit for a while. Because what happens, it has to do with time, okay? So, yeah. Hi, guys. Hi, Teresa. So that you guys understand what's going on, all right, is that when you ask questions, this is a really good question, so that you understand, great question, is that if I asked, I said, oh, you're going to be going on a trip soon. And what happens is it's time. Now, understand what psychics do. I want you to understand what psychics do, okay? Is that psychics, we time travel just a little bit. We travel into the future just a little bit. It's time. Remember, E equals MC squared. It has to do with time travel. And I'm positive I'm right on this. I've talked to other psychics too, because I do a lot of research on my own. And you're slightly traveling in time. And so when you are doing and asking the same question, it becomes sooner and sooner and sooner and sooner and sooner. So it'll start to jumble. So like if I keep asking, am I going to have a nice day? Okay. Or you know what, let's be more specific. If I'm going to, am I going to get this job I applied for? And by the way, I am going to be working 2 days a week. I'm going to be retiring, but I'm going to be doing this too. And am I going to get this job? Okay. So I'll say yes. But I'll ask it again. So it'll go into the future a little. Well, is it at this job or is it a different job? So do you see how things change? You can't keep asking the same questions over and over and over and over. Okay. All right. Because, and then asking other people too, it gets all jumbled. And you do have a tendency to go to with one person. Once you know the person, that because they become part of your chart, you become part of mine and I become part of yours. I want you to understand that. And it's the same thing. I had somebody on here, they were right. It was about pet psychics and stuff. Hi Emma. So you guys understand what's going on is that we become part of people's charts. People become part of ours. Animals become part of ours. They're spirit guides. They're spirit animals. Like I said, I'm also an animal communicator. So, and it's so funny because I want you guys to know that I can't really read for myself. And you shouldn't try to read for yourself. And I get arguments with people. And I can read for myself. Think about it. You only can read I can read. I can see, oh, this is going to happen to me. I'll be careful. but I don't know the details because I'm not supposed to. Because if you could, you wouldn't experience everything you've got to do in your life. You wouldn't experience all the crap you've got to go through because you planned it, but it's blocked slightly. Every once in a while, you might get a little vision of it, or 10. I would say when I try to read for myself, like they'll tell me now. Here's how you can read for yourself, and you can get slightly around this. I want you to think about this. It's true. It works. Okay. And they all came true at your. Oh, thank you, Emma. I just had somebody say that what I told her would come true, and it did. But back to what I'm doing, so you guys can get a little bit of this. So when you meditate, do your meditation, and ask your guides to give you signs. If I'm gonna get this, if I'm gonna get this, what I want, like I'm gonna get this job, would you please give me a sign? Now listen to what I did recently. I said, please, if I've got a slight health issue, and I'm a very healthy person, but I do, and I have Hashimoto's, and if you guys know what that is, it's a thyroid disorder. That's why I'm not thin. There's no way I'm gonna. If you know how little I eat, you'd die. I just don't eat much. I only eat about 800 calories a day, every day. Everybody's like, oh well, that's not enough. You know what? If I ate any more than that, I would put on another 30 pounds. I'm not kidding. I just don't. And I exercise. I play tennis. I do. Anyway, so I asked my guides, okay, so what's wrong with me? And I was asking a bunch of questions. Is this something to do with autoimmune? Is this, and so please give me a sign. Give me a butterfly. Why don't you give me a butterfly? And I'm thinking that was a good sign. Think about it. Because there's no butterflies, because we're in Chicago and it's winter. So I'm thinking, okay, well, the very next day I'm out shopping for my granddaughter, who is 2, and on the little tiny cowboy boots I bought her has a butterfly. And I'm like, that hit me like a ton of bricks. If you want to know some of your answers for you, and you want to know those guides are still talking to you guys, all right? That's what you do, okay? Ask for a sign. Here's a good question. How do you know which ones are right or wrong? What I partake of that is that what you need to do is you've got to find somebody you touch, that touches you, that you touch, that you connect with well, and you stick with them. I do have to admit, I have a friend of mine who he's read for me like 20 years. And for some reason, I kind of think though his heart isn't into it anymore, but he's not as accurate as he used to be. And yes, I still talk to him, but I mean, and also a real responsible reader, by the way, will never tell you what to do. They don't have the right. It is your chart. I'm here to help you, but I am not to tell you what to do. So if you ever get somebody that you need to do this, or you're at a point where somebody says, well, if you pay me $1,000, you have a curse, run. So you have to use your little bit of a discernment on that. Okay, you guys. So all right. Let's see, top chats. I'm looking at chats on both sides. Okay, good question. Remix. I know Remix. Why challenges come over and over? Because you haven't learned your lesson. Why the same challenge comes over and over and over? You haven't learned from it. So the universe keeps giving it to you so that you learn that lesson. Because we know the whole point of being here, you guys do know that. The whole point of being here on this planet is to learn the things we have to learn so we can become as godlike as possible. We are made in God's image. So we want to become as much like God as we can. That's why we learn. And if you think, I know this sounds crazy, but if you think this is the only place that we learn, there's other places, there's other universes, there's other places that we learn other things from. Okay? So just to let you know, but I will say that out of all of them, this is the most negative. This is the hardest one. Okay? Because I know when I've talked to people on the other side, because remember I'm a medium, they tell me that yes, this is the most difficult one you're ever going to do. Okay, so what do you think about the ones on TikTok settling? Okay, they're selling spells. You don't, no. That is wrong. Spells, okay, I want you guys to, good thing. I'm glad you guys are mentioning some of these. They're people who are selling spells on TikTok. Okay, so first of all, You know, when you speak, that is a spell. You set your intention. When you try to manifest, you're setting a spell. A spell is just words and intent. And remember, we are a piece of God. And our piece of God, we create. We have the ability to create our whole universe around us, our whole lives, everything that we do. So by your intention, that's what manifestation is. You ever notice some people are so much better at it than others? They've just learned it. They've mastered that skill is all. Everybody can create, and you don't need somebody trying to cast spells. I don't like that kind of thing. I don't believe in it. I don't, and by the way, spells only work if you think they're going to work. Okay, so that you guys know. Oh, thank you. Somebody, thank you for sharing. Thank you. I'm trying to share my knowledge. I'm just trying to warn some of you guys about some of these people on TikTok. They're very concerning to me. You're giving me a bad reputation. You're sending out negative energy. You're making me look like, how could I say it? You're making us, and I have lots of friends that are psychics too. All of my friends are. You're making us look undervalued, unappreciated, and petty, I guess, a lot of these people, because they think that they can do it too. And everybody does have psychic ability. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying they're just not. I've paid my dues, you guys. People on my YouTube know that. I've been doing this for 2.5 years on YouTube also. So they know that I've done what I can, you know. All right. I've got somebody that says a lady got a reading and the tarot reader said her fiance was affected by black magic and she bought a $300 spell. Oh, please. See, here we go. You guys, don't do that. If anybody ever gets on here and tells me, if the viewer is smart, they'll never go back to BS readers. Yes. I don't know about you, but we've talked, okay, all of my friends are psychics. I'm in a circle of psychics. And if you ever want mentoring, join my Patreon. I've got about 15 people. I've got people that have come and gone. I've got maybe 6 or 7 of them. But the people that are with me now are people that know me well. Like they know me, like personally know me. They come to my stores. I read at stores also. You know what I mean? They know me well. Don't ever let anybody take money from you. The only reason that I take money is energy. And like I said, I'm only $65. Now I know for a fact I'm cheap because I've got friends that are charging double what I'm double charging, and that's okay. I figure what I need to do to pay my bills, and that's all. So I don't want to take anybody on a ride. And anybody that says anything about spells is full of crap. You have any idea how many people have told me that you've got somebody's trying to cast a spell on you because I do what I do. And I just kind of laughed. I said, well, it's okay. Go ahead. Because I don't believe in it anyway. And it won't work if you don't believe in it. So remember that. Okay? Yes, it's unfair to everybody who is seeking truth. I so totally agree with you. Because, that's why I guess you just have to be careful. Now, if anybody wants to know any of my background, you can go on my onTicTok.com. You can see my education. Like I said, I'm in the process of preparing for a doctorate and theology. I've also taught at the college level. So, and I do want to tell you, to getclatch.com, they invited me, and I'm going to be teaching workshops. My first workshop's going to be how to manage your spiritual awakening. And it's an hour, and it's only $45. So you see how it's reasonable. There's no way. I had some lady on here last week said that she paid $300 for some services to a woman on TikTok and never saw $1. Please be careful. I get so angry. When I watch some of these people on there, and it just really, gives me a bad name though. And if you guys know what I've had to go through in 25 years, I've had people try to fire me from my jobs. I'm a school teacher, and I right now work in a school. They all know I'm psychic, and they think it's cool. We don't talk about anything about religion at school. I try really hard not to. If the kids try that, I say, nope, I can't talk about it now. because that's my personal life. This is my professional life, that kind of thing. I've had people try to get me fired. I've had people, like, I've had some really bad stuff done to me. They just in general, and people have to understand that these newbies that are coming in here, they don't understand what kind of ground we've set for all of them, and that we're real. But like I said, I won't toot my horn. I'm not any better than I've got lots of friends who are, but I will tell you, I can spot them. I have been doing this for so long. I can spot some BS in 5 seconds. I know right away. And when I come in for somebody that I don't know, and every once in a while I do, you guys do know I do that. I will sit there and I will just, and it isn't until they say, like, if they're, oh, thank you, Pisces. It isn't until I sit down and ask certain questions. Here's some questions to ask. So, what do you think I'm here to do? Now, if you guys do your meditation, you'll know why you're here. Normally, it's to serve mankind, but you guys know what you're here to learn. You really, really, truly do. And you'll start getting bull crap, and you will see it. And you can also ask God and your angels to give you the gift of discernment. That means, please help me see through this. If this is not, if any of this isn't, if this person's full of BS or this person's trying to take me, please let me see it. Give me a sign. That's another way you can do it. Okay. I just, I'm a guide. That's what I do. Yes, I'm going to take questions. I just got another person that said, yes, I will. I'll take a couple. Okay. But to let you guys know that it's very frustrating for us who are been doing this for a long time. I've been doing it since I was 30 years old. And I'm in the process also of writing I have 2 books coming out. So one's going to be an ebook. I got this. I don't know what everybody thinks, so tell me what you think. I'm also an artist. You guys, if anybody knows, I'm also a painter, an artist. I'm an art teacher. But I made a coloring book with sacred symbols. So it's got tarot symbols and different religions, and it's got all kinds of stuff in there. I'm in the process of going through Book Baby with it. And I thought that I would maybe have like a session where everybody would buy my book and we would color. I don't know. I just thought, you know what they really came from? As a school teacher, a middle school teacher, the kids would ask me to have something to color. So I would quick draw something, and I would do something with hippies or the sun or the moon or something, and then make a quick copy. So all that stuff's in there too. So that's kind of what I did. So, all right. So wait, I've got comments, and I'm sharing them with you guys so that you guys understand, like, this. I'm really concerned about a lot of these people on here, and they got their okay. You see me, I'm basic. This is me. This is who I am. I don't have the long lashes and all the makeup and all the crap all over because I'm real. I don't have to prove myself or try to do this extra stuff to try to attract people, or do you know what I'm saying? This is who I am. I'm a hippie. I love my tie-dye. I wear tie-dye. If you would see, I'll have to take you a picture of my Jeep. I have a yellow Jeep with tie-dye stickers all over it. I've always loved tie-dye. It's just who I am. What you see is what you get with me. I'm a Sag. So I don't mince my words either. Okay? So, all right? I'm being very, very cautious of who I'm inviting on. I've left a couple people of recent on here that aren't anything to do with what I do. And I'm like, read me, hippie girl. Hi, guys. Oh, you're sad. Oh, you're December 20th on December 19th. There you go. Yeah, I just, oh, good, you guys. You guys do know that you're drawn to certain people. You guys, as a reader, you guys know that. Did you know that most of my readers, I am also a Capricorn rising. Capricorn risings have a tendency to attract Cancer. And my husband's a Cancer. My father was a Cancer. My grandpa was a Cancer. My nephew was a Cancer. My husband's best friend is a Cancer. My best friend is Cancer. It's 2 of my children are Cancer rising. It's more than a coincidence. You have a tendency to be attracted to certain readers. Just let you guys know that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, hi guys. Yeah, I know I'm such a hippie. I just truly am. I'm like big into, I'm thinking of getting the John Lennon glasses. I used to have them in the 80s when I was like young and thin and cute and I had little, yeah. Anyway, but, what you see is what you get. So be watching for that too. Somebody's just a person that's just on here reading. That's kind of, I don't think you need all this fancy stuff. Now, I do have my backdrop normally. I have a backdrop, but it keeps breaking. See, here, wait, I'll show it to you. It's here. It's my green screen. See, look at my green screen. I don't know if you can see it. It falls. It's falling apart, so that's why I don't have a green screen on today. But, you're a Leo. Okay, Leos and Sagittarius are also attracted to it. You guys do understand. Leos and Sagittarius have a very special bond. If you guys are anywhere Sag, notice that you've got Leos in your life. I bet you do. Because remember, you follow your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising. Those three things make up who you are. So that I explain it to me. Because in my terms, I am a Sagittarius sun, so I'm really energetic. I can't sit for 10 minutes, so my weight problem has my my thyroid, but I am a Pisces moon, which a Pisces moon is automatically a psychic. If you are a Pisces rising, moon, or sun sign, you're automatically psychic. You do not. So if any of you psychics, any of you people are Pisces out there, tell me, because I'm telling you I'm right. Okay, all right. And by the way, it's okay. I've got, good. I've got quite a few people that are also psychic that follow me, because I'm kind of like, I'm a mentor to people that are a little younger. They're trying to get their business together. I'm never upset with that. If I know right away, no offense, I know right away if you're real. I can tell in 5 minutes. I'll be like, he's reading body language. You know that, right? That type of thing. And I sometimes I'll just sit there politely and I won't say anything. Other times I do get a little snippy, because I'm like, oh, come on, quit playing me. It's like, so yeah. Oh, well, how do you know how do I know if I'm a Scorpio rising? Okay, what you need to do is, and I should be getting a hit from this website, astrocafe.com. Astrocafe.com will have you put in you have to know your birth date and birth time and birthplace. So if you're within an hour or so, you'll still get your rising signs. It's good to know the exact minute, but who knows their exact minute? I mean, I'm like at 8:54 a.m. Well, maybe I was 8:55. It does, when you're looking at a big chart, it does make a difference. But when you're looking at it overall, it'll give you your rising within 2 hours. Rising, your moon, your sun, your moon, and your rising within a couple hours. Okay, so that way, all right. But yeah, you're Aquarius. I've got a lot of Aquarians in my life. All right, so that you guys know, my husband's an Aquarius rising and Aquarius moon. I've never met an Aquarius, honestly, that people didn't like. They're very well liked. They're you know why? Because they're easygoing. I have quite a few Aquarians in my life my daughter is an Aquarius. I got a good friend that's an Aquarius. They're just likable. It's just the way their makeup is. They're air signs, they're communicators. We're fire signs. I got a hot temper. I admit it. It's a Leo, Sag, Aries thing. We hot tempers. But I'm passionate. Where Aquarians are, they can be passionate depending on where their moon is, their moon stuff is. But usually they're likable and they're easygoing. I don't know how else to describe that, but I'm pretty good at doing that. And by the way, one of these days I'm going to get on here. I have a weird talent. I have a sixth talent, or an extra talent, I guess I should say, that I can tell you I can feel your aura, and I can tell you, and it's usually your favorite color. I do it at school all the time. I'll walk by one of the kids. I'll say, "Oh, you like purple, huh?" And they'll be, "How'd you do that?" I said, "Because usually your aura is your favorite color." Not always, but most of the time. Okay. So, all right. I just want you guys to please be careful. That was why I'm on here today. Can you see my aura? Tamara, I think, or is it Tamara? Is it Tamara? Tamara, I think that you're in a middle of an awakening. I think you're gold. You're gold with a little bit of green, okay? So, all right, I'm actually turning off my people that are trying to go live with me. I was accepting a few viewers, and I've gotten some really weirdos on here lately. And if you guys noticed that I wasn't on here for quite a while, somebody threatened to kill me, and it actually not me, my family. And that was in August, and so I hadn't been on here in a while because I was just like, you know what, I don't need this. But I'm on here, so I'm kind of taking a risk because I think you guys need to hear what I have to say when it comes to some of these phony people on here. Okay, Jamie, I can get I have no idea how I do this. It's just an extra. I feel it, and it's like and from what I understand, and you guys understand, it's called synesthesia. Synesthesia is an extra talent. Like some people can taste words. It's like you're using more of your senses than just one, and you're able to synthesize them. So that's why they call it synesthesia. So I feel color. I can feel it off your name. I can feel it off you as you speak on a phone. I can see it if you're standing in front of me and feel it. I know it's weird, but that's and supposedly, the background on this, if you're left-handed female, and I am a left-handed female, you are 75% more likely to have an extra talent or sense. So maybe you got one. So if you're a left-handed female, which are rare, I guess they're rare. Here's a weird one. Everybody in my life are also lefties. My granddaughters are lefties, and it's not just genetic. My daughter's mother-in-law is left-handed on both sides because she's got two kids from different, marriages. They're all left-handed. All of my best friends are left-handed. Somebody tell me if you're left-handed, how much in a bet there's a bunch of lefties on here? Because we have a tendency to be attracted to each other. And I think, because we think differently. We have more of a right brain dominant thing. Okay. So anyway. No. So, wait, hold on here. All right. Okay, I got somebody on blocking. Hold on here. I just had to block somebody. Somebody's being rude. There. Thank you. I just got rid of somebody. There we go. All right. Sorry, you guys. I had to remove somebody. They're on my YouTube. And yeah, they're just being obnoxious, which is fine. All right. Okay. So just to let you guys know that I don't put up with it, but I will be doing, I will take, Virgo, our Scorpios. I like Scorpios. You guys, I don't know if you guys have ever known much about Scorpio, but I am learning astrology myself. I've discovered over the last couple of years how accurate it really is. I used to kind of be, sort of, yeah. But when I really looked, the best way to learn astrology, you guys, is to look at your own chart and start studying your own chart, because who knows you better than you, right? And you start seeing these weird things, and you're like, wow, is this accurate? My major, like in my chart, it says, and it kills me, my biggest transformation and my biggest awakening is going to happen at 55. I just turned 55 and retired. I had no idea 6 months ago I could retire. I had no idea. I had a friend of mine say, hey, you know what? Can you retire? You should be able to, because they're paying people to retire in the state of Illinois. And I'm like, no, I can't. I can't retire. I'm too young. I can, and I did. And I'm like, it's just floored me. And in my chart knew, and in my soul, I knew I had to have. And see what I'm saying? And, yeah. I'm trying to keep my chats going on both. I'm on two different screens right now, so you guys know. But are you right about your grandson being psychic? Have any advice to help him? Don't. Okay, this is what, we're all a little psychic when we're little, because we remember being on the other side. That simple. But I want to tell you something. Don't tell him he can't see, and don't tell him he can't. Because what happens is we get to be about 7, and that's the age of, oh, it's not discernment. It's kind of like where you've come into, well, we think that we can't do this, so we can't. Age of accountability, I believe, is what some people call it. And all of a sudden, you used to have all these abilities, and now you don't. And tell him that he doesn't, that he can do whatever he wants, and encourage it. I've always encouraged it in all of my own grandkids. I've got 4 grandkids. My oldest granddaughter she's just fascinated with all this. And I keep saying, I said, well, you're a Pisces, so you've got some type of psychic ability. And she does, because when she was really sick, she did something that we went. Now here's a real one that was weird yesterday. So we're at Christmas, right? And I have my 2-year-old granddaughter who looks just like me, which is really scary, that poor kid. Anyway, and she says she looks at my husband's dad, who's been gone for 7 years, so she never knew him. Grandpa, that's Grandpa. She's almost 2, so she talks pretty good. That's Grandpa. And I'm like, how do you know that's Grandpa? You know what I mean? And then I hear this voice going, 'cause she can see me. Now I'm a medium. He was there. And I kept going, okay, so am I making it? So, and even as a psychic, and I've been doing this for 25 years, my mind goes, you're making that up. Then something else happened, and he flipped something on. I knew right away I was right. And she can see him. Okay. All right. But she sees me using medicine she didn't tell medicine, and when I use it, I will get pregnant. And the first round let's see, hold on. There we go. Lana told me that I would have to search and ask about my exams. Oh yes, thank you. I think there's a couple of people that are wondering if they've had experiences with me, if I'm right and stuff. Thank you, Panta. Panta's I've got several people that are followers on my YouTube right now that are my normal followers. So he does see many that have crossed over. Yes, that is correct. That is normal. So encourage it. Tell them that don't tell them they can't, or that it's bad. Most of us, we were raised, me, Generation X, I was raised in a Bible thumping, devil chasing, this is evil type thing. And then who's the first person that appeared to me when they were dead? My mother, who was super, super, super evangelical Christian, which made me realize it was all a bunch of crap. I am Christian. I do consider myself Christian. I do follow the teachings of Jesus. But it's more of a Gnostic Christian. It's more of the Christianity before the Catholic Church got it. So it's different. It has a completely different feel. It's a different type of thing. You can check it up. It's called Gnostic Christian, not agnostic, but Gnostic, Gnostin. Okay. All right. Why do certain souls get, this is a good question, and this is excellent for you guys. Now, yes, I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to answer questions, but why do certain souls get stuck? They're afraid. You guys have to remember what a negative emotion fear is. Fear is such a bad, think about what you could do if you had no fear. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. It's a human being. It's a human emotion. And that's something that we have to get over. Now, for me personally, I have learned that my spirit, the other side has never let me down. I am confident in what I say and do. That's why I'm confident, because I have trust in what comes through. Now, I've never been wrong. I very seldom am I wrong. And I'm not bragging, because I'm just repeating what they say, but I have trust. I also have trust that my angels and my guides have my back at all times. I've gone to clear out houses and I don't, I switch my mind about this. A lot of people say, talk about demons and things like that. I always say that I felt they were just misplaced spirits. I don't know. I don't think that that God would allow somebody running around with a pitchfork making you do bad things. But I do say there is something, because I have seen some things that I just can't explain, where I've had somebody that fell on the ground when I said, you know what, you need to leave now. And he could not remember. And so he was being possessed or something was going on. And I've had it happen several times, but I've never been scratched. I've never had an issue because I truly believe you're not going to get to me. And so I do get sent to houses to clear. Right now I'm dealing with somebody that's schizophrenic. There's a big difference, I want you to know, between people who are psychic and people who are schizophrenic. People who are schizophrenic they're psychic. They can see the other side, but they can't be here. They can't separate the being here and being there. They're like in two worlds at the same time. That's what's, and it's hell. It's because I'm dealing with somebody that he's actually been doing psychic readings, and I keep telling him, like, I don't think you should be doing this and he will say, he goes, well, I've got these beings behind me and they won't leave me alone. And because you're schizophrenic, there's a difference. I'm controlling this. Okay. See what I'm saying? You have to be very careful who you are talking to, who you are dealing with. This is much more than anybody. I think people think it's a big game. This is not a game, okay? This is because I've dealt with too much stuff in my life. I mean, you guys, I am writing my memoirs because I don't think people believe some of the stuff I've seen and come across. And like I said, I have a person I deal with. He's only 24 years old. I think he was possessed. I think he was playing with a Ouija board. And I don't care what anybody says. There was something there. Because as soon as I said to him, you need to leave now. This person sees me yet. He literally like fell down and then looked back at me and he goes, what? He wasn't playing. I've also seen people go into convulsions when I've like, cause I'm a Reiki healer and I've held their head and they've gone into convulsions. So there's stuff out there. Please be careful. That's all I'm trying to tell you. People are viewing this as a joke. And I'm like, and they, anyway, I'm so passionate about this, you guys. You guys got to understand that I just see people just don't pay attention. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm any better. I actually have a couple of friends. I could give you their websites. I think they're good. I have a very good friend who's a very good astrologer. We're both self-taught. We get together and we talk a lot because I'm learning. I just learned about trines. I'm learning about, sextiles, stuff like that. She's ahead of me. She knows a little more than me. And I've referred people to her. I see, I'm not jealous. That's not what it's about. Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on here. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my all right. I'm going to take a couple questions. Thank you. Somebody said they like my vibe. You know what? I have good vibes. I have it on the back of you guys know that third tail light on the back of a vehicle. I got one that lights up, and when you light it up, it's got a thing on top. It says good vibes. So it lights up, and that's what it says. I thought that was cool. So anyway, all right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take three questions. If you want to book with me, just book with me. I will make it worth your while. I honestly guarantee my readings. Now, I can't guarantee as a psychic, but if you're calling me as a medium and that person does not come through, I will give you your money back. I've only had to do it. We've counted less than 5. So I'm very good at gently asking them to come through politely because they don't have to. I had one time really quick before I do my questions. I had somebody come through and go, okay, so here's the deal. And I go, what? And they're talking to me like this is on the other side, right? So if I come through and I give you information, maybe I'll come back tomorrow. And I go, well, I don't know when you do what you want. Well, I did mention that to the person that they would come back tomorrow. And she goes, yeah, he's the worst procrastinator I've ever met. That is definitely him. And you know what? The next day he came to me and gave me her information for her. So it was just kind of funny. I had to laugh. So anyway, okay, 3 questions. That's all I'm taking. Okay. Now I've been on here an hour, and I normally, even my podcasts are 45 minutes. So, but be watching my podcasts, TikTok. I do put it on live here, and I put it on live on my YouTubes. Okay. All right, Pisces. Pisces, you have a question. Go. Pisces, 1993. I'm taking your question. Go ahead. Somebody put it in. Now, when you ask a question to me, you have to be extremely specific. I have approximately probably about 1,500 to 1,800 people watching me right now. So be very specific what you want, because there's so much energy coming in and out that it's hard for me to focus, just especially as a medium, because all of your family and friends want to come through. Trust me. Trust me as somebody that happens to a lot. Okay. So, all right. Oh, okay. If anybody does not know, I've lost my podcast producer. One of my producers passed away of COVID. It's very, very heartbreaking. Young, he's still got kids that are young, and he knew he was going to, and he was talking to me before he was dead. You guys do know that I'm a medium, but I do understand that people can, when you're in a coma, they can leave their body and act like they're in spirit and can talk. And he was doing it to me the whole time, and I just heard him say something to me. So I know it's him. I can see him too, because this would be about the time that I would normally be near at the podcast station. And that's in Illinois. It's in McHenry, Illinois. It's suburban Chicago. So be watching me, because I'm approaching a million live watchers. It goes up and down, and now we can't tell, because my friend Pete, who is passed, was the person who kept track of all the numbers. And now we've got another podcast producer, and he doesn't know how to do it. So we're kind of like, well, don't know. But he's talking to me. He was just talking to me right now. Now, what is weird, and I want you guys to know this, please watch some of my videos. If this doesn't prove that I'm real, and finally, this has been how I've gotten clients, you can see angels. There's one Gemini, finance and career for November. You can see an entity do this. And when you blow it up, it's an angel. Hey, I'm not just making this up. Please do this. I'm dead serious. Please watch, because that's exactly. And I kind of thought it was my mother, because my parents are around me a lot, but I think it was an angel. And I get them a lot on my podcast. So a lot of times, especially if I have a black background, sometimes you can see them do this, or they look like they fly out of my hair, and they kind of do this. I had one when I had COVID last year, and I was just coming down with it, and I did a podcast. There was a blue-green entity sitting on my shoulder the whole hour. And if you watch and you scroll back, you'll see this. It goes right in front of my face. And I didn't see it, but it was on the camera. I think it's my father-in-law, because he always appears as a blue-green. Okay. So I'm looking for Pisces. Pisces, I swear to you, I would, there we go. My grandfather, Henry, he stepped in and raised me when my mother passed. He was the best grandpa. Pisces, was he kind of, it was his hair thinning, kind of a gray, not a real big guy. Not really, I don't know if he was weathered, if he had like a tan, or he's just a little bit darker skin, but it seems to me that he is, and he had light color eye. Whoever that is, I think that's for you. I'm not sure who that is. You see, I've got 1,500 more people on here. It's hard for me to read, but if I concentrate and look at you, and I can grab just you, okay? So let's see. I'm going to take 2 more questions. I just want you guys to just be careful out there. You guys don't realize that there's so many people that are on TikTok that don't understand what they're messing with. And I especially don't play with a Ouija board. Be very careful with some of these pendulums. Now, I'm not saying pendulums are bad. I've used a pendulum. But the Ouija board, and some of these are just, you're getting entities attaching to you. And they don't understand. And I understand that I cleanse myself, because they do follow me around, because I can hear them. And I also am very confident that I've called Michael and Raphael to stand behind me. And by the way, you may see stuff. About 2 weeks ago, somebody said they swore they saw something stand behind me, like the outline of something. So just to let you guys know, okay? Let's see. We're going to say, what signs do I see to let me know I'm pregnant in 2022? Tamara, you're going to be pregnant in 2022? I know there's something significant in 2023. I don't know if you're going to get pregnant and have the baby, or you're going to get pregnant in 2023, but you are going to have a child. And I want to say, if you haven't had one, there's more than one. So this is my old adage, you guys. This went viral. I had 1 million hits on this on YouTube. Look right here. between here and here, you count your lines. That's how many kids you have. Now, everybody's like, oh, no, you're wrong. Now, I want you to say, I have 1, 2, and that's my 3rd. Now, this half a line, I'm extremely close to one of my granddaughters. That's my 4th. But I have 3 children. And I don't care what anybody says. Sometimes I have to count. You have to, like, take a picture and show me, because once you get more than 4 children, no, Tamara, not twins. You're going to have them separately. Very, very close together, though, I think. Tamara, do this. Your dominant writing hand, and look between here. Look between. I have very, very seldom. Once you have more than 4 children, it gets really, really hard, because you've got like all these little lines going. Oh, it gets too big. But if you have between 1 and 4 children, it'll appear in here. And I would say up to 5, maybe. I've seen up to 5. But even miscarriages will appear in there. If you don't believe me, look that up. I learned that from, remember, I study a lot. And I learned that from an old gypsy lady that I used to live down the street from me, and it was accurate. And I'm like, wow, that's good. She showed me all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of things that I can see in your hand that I have learned too. I'll have to share that with you guys. But I'm always learning. I think it's so cool. Okay. You see 3 in your dominant hand. Tamara, I say you're going to have 3 too. Okay. There's 3 children, and 2 of them are very close in age. I think one's just a little bit farther, but not too much. Okay. So I'm going to take one more question, you guys. So I just want you guys to please be careful out there who you're following. Watch them for a while and watch their accuracy. Watch what their intent is. You can tell somebody's intent. Is their intent to get fame? Is their intent to get money? The only reason I'm trying to get myself out there is because I am told I'm supposed to reach a certain amount of people. I was told before I came that I'm supposed to reach between 2 to 3 million people. And so that's why I'm doing this. But other than that, not making a whole lot of money off it. I'm not like rolling in dough, but I mean, I do make a little bit of money. So, and remember that mostly it really is a donation. I got to feed animals. Horses are expensive, and I have 4 of them. So, okay. I would have more if I could, but I don't think I can afford them. I just can't, not on retirement and all that. But like I said, you're going to be visiting getclatch.com. I will be posting more information about me teaching classes. Now, Get Clatch is they invited me, and you have to be an expert in your field to be on there. They invited me. So I'm so grateful to them. And my first class is going to be how to navigate through your spiritual awakening. Because I know there's so many people going through it right now. Okay? All right. I'm going to take 2 more questions. Here, I'll take something off of TikTok. Okay. Mary, you got one question, yeah? I will pick Jen, 1979. Okay, so Jen, does your grandma approve of the new relationship? No, she thinks you can do better. But she's always loved you so much that she thinks nobody's good enough for you. But you know what? Was she very, very prim and proper? Was she a very proper person? Like, she would always look nice, and she always had her hair done or something. Because there's somebody coming through like that. Did she have a name like an E or an A sound in her name, like Elizabeth or something? Or it could have been a middle name. I do pull names, you guys. I do pull names. Quite a bit. A lot of times I won't pull the first, I'll pull the middle. Because you have to understand they're trying to break up sound barrier. So when they say it quickly. And everything sounds like squeaky, like mice. I don't know how to describe that. But it's when they're talking, because they're in a different dimension. And it has to get slowed down. So when it breaks the barrier, I will hear sometimes the middle name. So if you know your family's middle name, like I don't know my grandma's middle name, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but sometimes I do get them. If it's a short, simple name, like 3 letters or even 4, I'll get it. If it's a little longer, or if it's a foreign name, if it's Vietnamese, I will say, well, it sounds like, or I will say it sounds like a vowel name, like an A, an E, something like that. I get that too. All right. All right. Please, will you hear? Wait. Okay, hold on. I'm pulling. Okay. Will I hear a good news on December 31st after my doctor visit? Ida. Yes, they're going to prolong it. I know, Ida. Some of these people are my normal followers. Ida, yes, you're going to be okay. but they're going to do more tests again, something in February. I'm going to determine you're fine. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about because you follow me on my podcast. All right, you guys, I have been on here for 70 minutes and I'm tired because you guys do understand there's a lot of energy, right? This takes a lot of energy to do this. That's why I keep saying these people think that it's a joke. They get on here and they wear their long fancy lashes and they're, this is me. This is who you get. You can see my house. You can see my horses. Matter of fact, one of these days I'm going to do my podcast with out in my field with my horses. My horses will probably be over my shoulder watching the whole time because they're like big babies. But so that you guys understand. And if you don't follow me, that's okay. There'll be another person that comes along. I just want you to be careful. All right? Blessings to all you guys. I'm not doing my podcast today so that you guys know off of YouTube, okay? Thank you. Everybody take care and just be careful.